Hey, 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 it's the Pacific Northwest Geek here. Echo Shiro here. Cha, 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 baby. And I'm back for day 3 of 80's week 2025. And I will be looking at the 1984 movie, The Runaway. Now, what this movie was, by the way, this movie was written and directed by Michael Crichton. It stars Tom Selleck, Gene Simmons, Cynthia Rhodes, and Kirstie Alley, and features G.W. Bailey and Joey Cramer. It tells that at some point in time, because the movie takes place in the early 90s, but at some point in time we became more reliant on machines and tech. But sometimes the machines act up, these robots act up, and things can get dangerous because they have malfunction. So a special division of the police force was created called the Runaway Squad Division. And then what they do is when these things act up, you call 911, they transfer to this division, and they come in and they handle the situation. Selleck plays one of the officers who's in this division, and he's got a new partner played by Cynthia Rhodes. Now, they're sent in to deal with the situation because a robot's got a gun and it's killed. And they're sent in to handle the situation, but a dumbass cameraman feels that it's more important that they put their life on the line to go in and record this, which ends bad with the cameraman's death. And, like, the cameraman's coming in and Selleck's trying to tell the guy, get back, he's trying to signal, without saying any sound. He's trying to tell the guy to get away, and the guy's like, I'm not moving. And then, of course, he goes in, he hears a sound, points his camera in a direction, walks off, and dead cameraman. Anyways, it's discovered that this robot, the reason why it's malfunctioning is somebody had modified it. It's learned that this guy named Dr. Luther, played by Gene Simmons, who basically is mad because he wanted to do some evil, and some other people, some of the people he worked with, basically beat him to the punch, and he wants some plans for some stuff. I think there's a bullet that could seek out heat signals. And now he wants the plans for all this and get back at the people who screwed him over. And Selleck is the officer who's working on this case. He's also the father of a boy named Bobby, played by Joey Cramer. And he finds himself, they have to protect the former lover of Luther, played by Kirstie Alley. They try, but she ends up dead, and him and the police end up with the plans that Dr. Luther wants. And Luther ends up kidnapping Bobby, and he's got these spiders that spit acid out, and he has to basically, and Selleck's character has, heightophobia. Okay, look, I know I got the name wrong. I know it's not heightophobia. If you remember what a fear of heights is called, because I don't like heights either, so you figured I would remember what it's called. It's not arachnophobia, not claustrophobia. So if you remember what fear of heights is, please leave it in the description, because I can't recall. I'm too lazy to look it up. But he has to put that fear on the side in order to save his son from this madman and his little spider robots that spit out acid. This movie is an interesting movie, I feel, because this is 1984, so this is all practical effects. So the robots, like the spiders, are not, like we would see nowadays, it'd be full CGI or whatever. And if they were practical, they would look much differently than what they do in the movie. And again, this is directed by Michael Crichton, who I'm used to more like stuff like Jurassic Park. Then he do ER, and he did some other stuff. But I was not aware that he actually did some directing. Okay. I know he's done other stuff than Jurassic Park, but primarily I'm more used to his Jurassic Park stuff. And again, he did ER and some other stuff. He unfortunately, since this movie has passed away. Selleck was in the midst of his run on Magnum P.I., which, I don't know, was that what put him on the map? I primarily remember that he's a good actor, and not that long ago, they ended up wrapping up the I don't know how many seasons it was for Blue Bloods, where he played the head of this family of cops and the what was it, the police commissioner or whatever too in that show. One of the Wahlbergs was in there. It was a pretty cool show. Alley was a couple years removed from her debut in Star Trek II, and a few years removed from joining the cast of Cheers. This is Joey Cramer's first film, and J.W. Bailey. Earlier in 1984, another movie with him was released. Chances are you've heard of this movie, Police Academy, where he played Harris, one of the teachers, instructors, whatever, at the Police Academy. He went on to have a long run. Says, well, he wasn't in Police Academy 2 and 3, but once he came back in 4, yeah, he had a long run. Although I always liked, I liked this character. I thought he was a much better foul for the human antagonizer who would end up in bad situations. Here he's much different, and by the way, I don't know if you can hear my phone, but I've been listening to all day. I'm been bugged all day by people. But this movie, if they were to do this movie in this day and time, it would probably be a lot CGI, and some of the robots, if they were practical, because again, this is 84, this is all practical, they would appear a lot differently. Also, Gene Simmons, of course, is, Kiss, the Demon. He, prior to this, he had done some stuff where he played pretty much himself, or a variation of himself. This was his first time not playing himself, or a variation of himself on the Demon. He was playing a completely different character, and according to IMDb, I think they said part of his audition was basically he just had to stare at the character. Somebody's like, "Can you just stare at me for about a minute?" And without blinking, and the guy went, boom. You're going to play the bad guy. He went on to do this again and play another bad guy, a great, kind of cool bad guy in the movie Wanted Dead or Alive, which I should really check out. I actually think I like Wanted Dead or Alive better than this. Now, if you've seen this movie, tell me what you think. Whether you liked it or not, and this is a pretty cool movie. Practical effects with you. Love practical effects compared to CGI, because sometimes with CGI, you get some stuff that looks really terrible. The movie is on Tubi, so I'll put a link for it, and a link for the trailer. Anyways, I gotta go. I've had people bugging me all day. I'm trying to keep my cool during this review, so I'm gonna go, I don't know, have some tea, game, and so go blow off some steam, and hopefully people will leave me alone. Anyways, I'm the Pacific Northwest Geek, and I hope you are enjoying 80's a week, and I will see you on the flip side.